What's going on, everybody? It's Deathstroke here. In today's video, we're going to talk about what everybody's talking about, and that's skill-based matchmaking. Alright, so backstory, this is round 2 or second match of Rumble. I played 2. Alright, normally I don't, but I played 2 games of Rumble. It was the points. Got Rumble match done. Ended up number 1 with 2 KD. Felt good. Like, there wasn't too much lag. It was good. It's usually really laggy in Rumble, so I was just having a good time. People were dying for the most part on their time, on the set time to kills. And then I played this game, and it seems like the lag hit a fucking switch. And it wasn't like somebody was lag switching. It was just evidently like ghost bullets, like that people that just, they didn't want to die. All right, so with skill-based matchmaking, people are saying that you know, or Bungie says that they take into account connection first. But every YouTuber is literally on the fence if that's a lie or not. And look, if you notice just then, I hit him with half his health from that far away with last word, and yet the guy that had no health, it ghost bulleted. So like, the accuracy of this game was just mind-numbing. I had to work like so hard to get the kills I was having to get. But all the YouTubers, half that have been to Bungie, don't agree that statement is actually true. That they actually account connection over matchmaking first, because it doesn't make any sense. If it did, we wouldn't run into the connections like we do, to where the netcode's so bad to where we get hit through the fucking wall constantly, to where all this shit that shouldn't happen is happening. So I want to talk, what are your thoughts on a connection, skill-based matchmaking? Do you think that it should just be solely connection based, and do you think it would solve it? Because most YouTubers that I'm seeing, they're saying of why they don't think it will fix everything, and what it will really end up doing, or how it really affects. And I get people's understanding of saying that it's really just gonna fix a certain portion of it, right? Because it's just going to, it's only addressing a certain number of people, right? Top 1%, top versus the top 10% versus the top or the bottom half, right? So we had Cammy Cakes put out this fucking mountain thing, little diagram, and that was fine and dandy, but like, even right there, I got hit through the wall. So like, this dude was just taking so much damage and he wasn't dying. And like, I messaged him, I was like, you're like a bullet sponge, dude. Like, you're a fucking bullet sponge. Like, as you saw 30 seconds ago, I hit a guy with last word 3 times and it took half his shield. From that range, the damage fall off was great enough to where it wasn't a 3-shot kill from that far, but it was 3 body shots and it took half his shield. I just hit him with 5 body shots and it didn't even remove half his shield. So explaining that, it has me dumbfounded. But a lot of people are trying to say that it's not going to actually take into or affect it that much for the average player. So like, my stats, I set at I'm above average player as far as that's concerned. I don't know why the hell that guy didn't die. Like, he didn't take enough damage. But by the stats, and then you watch this, wait for it. You're gonna see multiple hits and nothing. Just, what is that? Like, I had to work so hard to get this dude to die that I was up in arms. I was so confused. I was like, what? Did you just live through fucking everything? Like, how did you just live through hammers? So, you know, I don't know. Like, to me, I really just want it to be all about connection. I want it to be all about skill. I want it to be like, and I don't mean I want it to be all about skill as far as skill-based matchmaking. I want skill to matter to me, because if I start shooting you before you shoot me, or you start shooting me before I shoot you, I want that to mean something. I want the effort that it takes to predict someone's movements. I want the effort that it takes to outgun someone and have that thumb skill and that gun skill. I want that to matter. And as long as skill-based matchmaking is in play, it's not going to. But because there's just so much lag that's in between to where you're gonna get hit, or you're gonna hit someone over and over and over and over again, and they're just not gonna take damage. Like if I go through 4 shots of my last word and it didn't do anything, like how is that a thing? Like now I only have 4 more shots left, or 3 more shots left before I run out of ammo. But I really could have killed 2 people if the game was on point. So understanding that, so that you're like, you ruin people's streaks, you ruin their game. And I understand for like the lower guys, you're really ruining their gaming experience, because it's hard enough for some people to get kills, right? So like if you're top 1%, it's easy for you to get kills. You run around and you do whatever you want with whatever weapon you want, basically, right? But when you're on the lower tier of things, you know, average, below average, you are gonna have a really hard time. So now if you really can't aim on point, and you would have still gotten the kill but barely, you're screwed now, because now there's no chance of you getting that kill. So you say with skill-based matchmaking, if it was worked as it was designed, to where they actually do connection first, I would be all for it. But they don't, and if they do, it's a lie, because they say they do, but Bungie says a lot of shit that they don't mean. So what are your thoughts? Do you agree? Do you think that it should be more so worrying about only connection than skill, or what how do you think that it should go? I'm trying not to ramble too much, but I know that I went from this game right here, I went to this game, and I went 2-2 the game before, and then I went in this game, and the next game that I went in, I literally shot a dude in the back with universal remote at point blank range, and then he turned around and looked at me, and before he could fire his first round of last word, I pumped him again in the universal remote, point blank range. Universal remote has like literally the highest range of any shotgun, and with the exception of like, I think Chaperone is besting it right now, as long as you can land that headshot. And it just didn't do anything, and he just turned around and last worded me to death, which we see. Did I get that advantage? Was I able to last word somebody to death? No. Like even him, the amount of times I hit him, he was able to kill me with Proud Spire. Like, so that's what I want. I just want a fair and equal game. Yes, I end up winning. You'll see. I'm gonna let it play out over a tune. Yes, I end up winning. You'll see here in a couple minutes. But just shit like this, like I pulled the trigger right there, right? Pulled the fucking trigger. I look and I'm like, did I pull the trigger? Yep. I lost a round. Nothing came out. So with that being said, man, like Bungie just needs to fix their shit. What are your opinions? Do you agree? Do you think that fucking connection is key, or skill-based matchmaking should stay? I really want to know your thoughts. Let me know in the comments down below. We got a lot of good videos coming up. I'll be playing Trials again today. I had an irritating kill yesterday in Trials, and so I'm not gonna share that, but I'm gonna share the fact that like I had this dude didn't even take any damage from the punch. I don't understand that second punch, but I got shot through an entire wall on Trials, and I was like, I don't think I had ever been more blown away, because it lost us the game for my team, me being out, or it would have been a 2v1. And it was just me standing. I'd already taken out 2 people, and then I got shot through a wall, and it reminded me of the old Battlefield Friends video. And to me, that was mind-numbing. I didn't get it, and I was kind of lost through the whole situation. But I really didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to do. I was just kind of like, what? Like, you shot me through a wall. There was no possible vantage point. If you're familiar with Rusted Lands, it's next to the water tower where the special spawns. I was in there, and they were all the way at the other end outside the door of A. And there's no possible vantage point or anything at the long end of that tunnel to kill you. It's not possible. There's no way, rhyme, reason, nothing. So getting shot, they were like, what happened? How did he hit you? And I said, dude, your guess is as good as mine. I would love to know. but I don't. If you're wondering why I use sticky grenades this round too, I'll fill that in really quick before this video ends. It's because the last word was ghost bulleting. So instead of wasting my time, I decided that it made more sense to just use something that was netting me an actual